Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to Tech Class Training Center. Today's episode is going to be about laptops again, and this time around we are going to solve a problem that just came in from the client. It says no power. So let's see. This laptop has no power. Let's see. This is an HP. The model number is okay. Where are you? Okay, it's a 151039WM. This is usually similar to, you remember the last episode, the one we were learning about the components on the board. Okay, so I have my charger here. I'm going to plug my charger in to see if we are going to get a charging light or anything at the port. Over here, this laptop is different from most of the laptops. Most of the laptops, you have somewhere here some lights displaying, but with this one, the light seems to be at where we have the power port. So we are going to connect our charger to the power port to see if we are going to get a light. So let's see. We plugged in our charger, but we have no light. But this charger is working actually, because I've used it this morning. I know it's working. So if it's plugged in and it's not giving us a charging light, I think there's a problem in there. Sometimes the issue could just be simple. Sometimes it may not need you to go to the board and then probably do any serious work on the board or anything. Let me first take off the battery here. And let's see if we had a power influx on the board. So I just took off the battery from the board. I'm going to press on the power switch for 30 seconds or 15 seconds to see if I can just get rid of any power influx on the board. Okay, with that done, I'm going to plug in my charger again to see if the battery was what was actually stopping the laptop from powering on. No, I still don't have a power light showing here. I still don't have a power light. You can see clearly I don't have a power light. So it means that we will have to actually open this laptop. Unfortunately, I was thinking this would be easier by just probably troubleshooting something or some idea and then it works. But since it's not working that way, we'll have to go to our next option by opening the board. So let's go. Let's take off some screws. We have some screws at the back of the laptop. We're going to get rid of all the screws and then we take the parts off and then we check what is really wrong. So taking off my screws. Oh, my screwdriver is not magnetic. I'm going to use one that is probably magnetic. Okay. Please subscribe and share my page so that anytime there's a video from me, you will be able to get it and also learn from my videos. Okay, so I'm taking off the screws right now. Okay, I think, two more screws. I think 3. These 2 screws are connected to the cover for the RAM slots and then the network ports. So I'm done taking off the screws. I'm just going to take off these parts, which it covers the, you see clearly, it covers the the RAM slot over here, and then the network port. Okay, so now that I've gotten rid of this piece, there should be screws in here too, 4 screws, but there are no screws here, so I'm just going to turn this upside down. And then to take this laptop apart, to disassemble this, the first thing that needs to come off is a keyboard. So I'm going to look for a flat, and I'm going to take out that keyboard. You do that you do that gently so that you don't get anything damaged. You see, it's easy to take it off. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I have one more screw in there. No, all screws are out. So you should be able to come off. Okay, should be able to come off. Okay, that's good. I have my keyboard out. Now you can see clearly. Sometimes I would like to plug in the charger once again to see if the keyboard had also something to do with the... Oh, come on guys. Unfortunately, I didn't have to go further to solve the problem. So right now you can see what is happening here. I have a charging light. Okay, so let me explain what is happening here to you guys. Usually what happens is that sometimes there's what we call the power influx on the board. So when it's like too much power on the board and it's stuck on the board, when that happens, the power can go off. It's just like when you probably, let's say you are eating and then you eat too much and then you can't breathe anymore. You get it. So sometimes you probably have to take off some or release some, and then when some of the stress is released or some of the input is out. Yes. So in this case, it was the keyboard that was seizing the power. It was actually the keyboard that was seizing the power. I took off the battery, but I was still not getting the power. But after I took off the keyboard, I was getting the power. This means that mostly it won't be all power issues that has got to do with the board. Maybe working on the board, maybe checking some shortages, or let's say some shorts on the board. Sometimes it could be just minor things like this. Sometimes I solve issues that I have to go to the board. I was thinking I would have to go to the board, but unfortunately I had to stop here because this solved my problem immediately for me. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to plug back my charger, and then for you to believe what I'm actually saying, the power light is on. So I'm going to turn on the laptop to see if we are going to get a display. Most of the times, if it comes on like that, we will probably get a display. But if we don't, we'll fix it. Don't worry. So, okay, good. We have the display to on. We have the display. So I'm sure this laptop will be good. That is it. You cannot see clearly. I don't know if you can see clearly. We have a display. So this laptop is being solved. But one more thing. Most of the times, this problem can resurface again. If it wasn't the keyboard and it was probably, let's say, just a minor fault, which has got nothing to do with the keyboard, but the battery, it can resurface again. What we are going to do right now with this particular one again is that we are going to turn it off. Oh, okay. With this laptop, the hard drive is faulty. So unfortunately, the client will have to change the hard drive for this laptop. And then the screen is also flickering. You can see that clearly. The screen is flickering. So sometimes the issues that has got, probably the laptop was already having issues before the power went off. What I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to turn off the laptop once more. Yes. And then I'm going to connect the keyboard. The same keyboard this time around again. I want to check if, but before I slot in the keyboard, I'm going to clean the cord for some time. I have some ethanol here. I have a tissue to around. I'm going to use tissue to clean a little bit. I think we are good to go. I'm also going to clean the slots, and then I'm going to plug in the keyboard again. Let's see if it seizes the power once more. Okay, so I have the keyboard in there. Let me just put it on it gently. Connect the charger once again. And yes, we still have power light. It means the keyboard will be good. Just probably, like I said, it was just the power influx that caused the problem. I'm going to turn it on again. Let's see if we have display. Yes, we have display again. But this time around, we have our keyboard on, meaning that our keyboard will be good for use. If the same thing had happened, if we didn't get power light, then it means I would have to definitely check the keyboard well. Probably there's an issue with the keyboard, or we will have to replace the keyboard, or check the keyboard slots where we do normally connect the connectors to see if there's an issue over there. But in this case, we were able to solve the power problem just by disassembling or taking some parts of the laptop off. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe. I'll bring you more videos with intense tutorials. Thank you very much.